Welcome. Welcome, everybody. I have not done a live stream or sewing. I just realized that I have been busy, and to boot, my computer has died. So I am computerless, and I'm going to try, as you see there, I'm going to try to add this, and hopefully it's going to stay. I didn't think about, let me see if I can make it tighter here. The gadget that holds the the camera. And my cats are in my room. They've been very noisy, and I made a 5-minute video. Let me see. All right, made a 5-minute video moving my things along. Right now they're quiet, but just about 3 minutes ago they were very noisy. So let's see what I have been doing. I usually sew about, for my Petite Blythe, at least once a year. And this is the time, because it does take me some hand-eye coordination. So my eyes are focused, my hands are focused to be touching with these little tiny things. So what I'm going to do today is finish this up. Oh, just hurt myself. So I'm going to finish this up. The sun is about to set. So this is little Petite Blythe in here. Oh, she just woke up. So let's get a close-up to see what we have here. So she has a tiny little bow here. And this is tiny little fabric. Here comes Petra. Usually it's Cleo that comes here. Let's do this. So my cats have been very anxious. I really hope it's not an earthquake. There she goes. I really hope it's not an earthquake, because they're our first indicators of what's going on in our surroundings. And if we pay attention to our pets, they will let us know something is coming, danger. Oh, there's my little Tressie, vanity on the floor. So let me go get it. They dropped it. I see that you dropped my stuff. They are so talkative. They talk back. They talk back. I talk to them and they talk back. I saw that you dropped my vanity. I'll go get it. What's the big idea? Huh? You can't do this. This is mine. This is mine. You can't be tossing this around. No, give it to me. It's mine. Yeah? And this got wet. Oh my goodness, goodness, goodness. I'm coming back. Thanks for waiting. I got to her. She didn't want me to take it. This vanity was on the floor. So let me put it here to the side. They want to go outside, but the people want to break from her, my family. Yeah. So here, where we left off. I was showing you what I just did. Okay, I'm buffering at the moment, so I will reproduce this. I didn't take any measurements. I just went ahead and did it, so I'll measure this. And like I said, my girls, they're very, very chatty. I made these little socks right here out of cotton material. So this is the end of the fabric right there. And right now what I was trying to do is make her some shorts. And in the beginning you saw the hot glue gun. What happened is that my little Blythe got broken. So I put some hot glue gun in there. I dapped it with my finger. You can see it right here where I went ahead and dapped it, and right here in the middle. So that should work out. So a little bit more about the dress. I'm going back and forth. I'm sorry about that. So I put a snap on the bottom because I don't want to put any pressure on the little arms. So I think that you will agree, for the people that buy this from me. There we go. And in order to snap it back, you just get it. You don't even have to put pressure on the body. Just go and snap it. And that way it'll stay together. So there it is. I made my own pattern for this. And I made my pattern. This is what the pants or shorts look like. And what I did is I made this shorter so that I can make the little shorts. So I just put it together. And since Petite Blythe is so tiny, I'm going to put her right here so you can see her. Maybe you can see her. Let's put her right here. Let's put her right there. I hope that it stays. Moving the light around. So I am going to bend this over. This is about 1/8 of an inch right here. I can go ahead and put a pin, but I'll just hold it with my hand. And my machine is really good about sewing stretch knit material. I know that many of you, my sewing friends, have said that you have trouble, and it's because the machine is the motor or the somehow is very lightweight. So this is made with metal. So there we go. Look at this, how tiny. Let me give you a comparison other than my finger. What is this? Just a little bit over 1/2 inch. And what I'm going to do here, I don't need all of this, but I do need it to hold it. Okay, so I pretty much, I'm going to put a pin so that you can see how you can work this out. Basically, I think we need it to be around here. And I'm going to sew around there. Okay, so this part right here, we need it so that we can hold it to our hands. So let's do the little test. And I don't need to undress her. We can just do that. So let's see here. So right here. And right there. And let's see. All right, you see that? That is exactly where we need to be. And what I said is that I'm going to sew around right here. Okay. So let's put her back. So once you start doing this, and like I said, what I do is I do my sewing once a year because I get my eyes coordinated. It's so close to the bottom here that my hand over here hits it. So like I was mentioning, I'm so used to, my eyes are so coordinated that basically I know where I need to sew. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit too much. I'm going to take a little, that's okay. So now that I did that, what I just did is I sewed it like this. Now that I did that, I'm going to open it up. Oh my God, this is so tiny. And I'm going to sew it, and I will have little tiny little shorts. You see that? It needs to be there. It's like 3 little, 1, 2, 3. Just 3 sewing rotations for this. So let's cut this. And this is the other thing that I was saying. My eyes are coordinated. My hands and fingers are coordinated for these little tiny sewing. All right, let's do this again because after turning it inside and out, we don't want this to, there's only 3 little stitches here. 1, 2, and 3. Well, maybe 4. So it is so easy for the stitches to unravel. It's only 3. Okay, here we go. And in my other videos, I use this. This is a rod, the metal rod from the hanging clothes for some slacks. I upcycled, recycled it for this purpose. So always, it doesn't matter how big or tiny, it's always, this is the hard part about turning things inside out. So you saw how long it took me to run those 6 stitches total. It's taking me time to turn this inside out. And we're talking about only this little area. So here we go. We have these tiny little shorts here. Oops. Here we have the tiny little shorts. My goodness, you can see my my fingerprints. So there we go. And put it on Petite Blythe. And I will list this always at my Ko-fi shop. And at about a week to a month average, then I start to cross list it. So always check my Ko-fi shop for new items. And as you see this week, as you saw this week, I was sewing and just doing some shorts. The shorts sometimes come out a week after, a week to 2 weeks. Okay, that is really nice and tight. You see how I'm doing this gently? That is really nice and tight. This is a medium stretch knit, like a t-shirt stretch knit. There we go. It's really nice and tight here. And there are her tiny little bloomers. You saw it here on live stream, how Petite Blythe got some little shorts. I don't know. I haven't tried making panties, but I have do. And this right here that you see here is a little stitch. I basted this to keep it there, and then I sewed it. You see the stitching here. I sewed it in the middle. So this right here was a basting. So there we go. So let me see. I'm looking for fabric. I'm going to try to see if I have enough. Where is my tiny little pattern? It's so tiny. Most of the time I go like this, and here we go. So this is my own handmade pattern right here. Look at this. These are papers that I get from my labels. Let me show you a label. I have a couple of orders to fulfill, to ship out tomorrow. So I'm just going to take this one here. This one is an international. So let's go. See, so this is goodness, these crazy girls. This is the label. And when I take it out, I have this paper here. So I upcycle. So this is what I did. You see there? Well, she is dressed. Let's see if I can get another one. Well, you have seen my other videos. What I do is I put the little body, you see right here, and I always give myself about 1/4 of an inch. This is the part, and what I did is I did this, I did the top, I did the front, then I cut it, and then I put it over here. You see where I have this? Then I put the other one there. So that's what I did. Let me see if I can show you. Well, anyways, let's get to the good stuff. This one is a little bit longer. That one is a little bit shorter. Let's see here. So I'm going to do the same right here. Let's see. Right there. So I'm kind of, you see where I have enough right there? I'm going to get my pencil. And I'm going to outline. And believe it or not, the top is actually fully lined with tulle. That's what I use. It's the best thing for me. Cotton is going to be very bad because we're talking about very little, a 1-inch space. And if we put another piece of cotton in there, that's going to be double. And then when you're trying to turn it inside out, it's really, really hard. So there is our little pattern. So the best thing that I recommend is to line this up with tulle. So I'm going to cut this. And you can see that this needs to line up. So the best way to do this is to fold it, and that way we get the front and the back with the correct waist. I'm giving myself just a little bit more over the pencil. Okay. So sewing for little dolls, it doesn't take more skill, it just takes more patience. If I were to put it in one word, and that's my one word. You just need more patience when you're sewing for little doll clothes. So I'm going to cut it right here because this is how much we had in the other side of this piece of fabric. I saved this because this could be a collar or this could be a sleeve. Okay, and here is our little neck. Let's look at this. See there? There's our little neck. And I'm going to just do like a little diamond right there. See? I think I got bit by something. And just cut it in the middle. So now that we have that and we have the little neck, I'm going to fold it by the little armpits, and wow, it actually lined itself up on its own. So that was a good eyeball measurement. So let's do the little middle part like I did the other one. So what I did is I have these little leftover pieces. These can be our little socks for the next set. And I'll tell you, this is about 1 inch. So if you have 1 inch by, let's say, 1 inch by 2, that could be your little socks, and it's okay because you can use straight up cotton. I'm looking for another piece because that right there is going to be for my middle part. And I'm looking around over here. Could I change it with something else? Let's see here. Let's see. I'm looking. I am looking here. Oh, here we go. I found this. So here, I'm going to take about that much because I'm going to fold it. So this is about 3/4 of an inch. And what I'm going to do, those are my girls there. Okay, just fold it. Put it right here in the middle. And what I did before is I stay stitched it. I'm looking at it to make sure that it is straight down. That looks pretty straight down. So let's go right here. And quickly do the other half. Don't want this to come out. So there is our little decoration in the middle. All right, there we go. That was me. You get to see you get to hear my cats in the background. There we go. I just cut the little neck. So now for the lining, and I have pieces left over on the side. I don't know if this is going to be enough, so let's see. No, this is not enough. I think I'm going to have to cut. I'm going to have to cut a little bit more. So I'm going to go. Okay. I just went ahead and cut it, so it's not straight. So the first thing that I'm going to do is sew along the, here comes my cat. All right, go over. She's gonna go to the window. Come on, go. Yeah, move. Okay. And this is where I'm talking about that we need some patience in here. Basically, this is like coloring along the line. If I can give that type of a comparison. Okay. So now that I have one part sewn in here, I'm just going to cut this little piece. And believe it or not, we are going to line a little bodice for Petite Blythe. And we are talking about, let's see. We're talking about 3/4 of an inch lined item. By the time we sew this, it's going to be right there. So it's going to be about 1/2 inch. Her head is about 2 inches. So the other, out of the 4-inch doll, 2 inches probably for her head. And we just measured the little bodice is about almost 1/2 inch, and her legs, her little booty, and her little feet. Okay. So next thing is we're going to take this little excess here, and we most definitely need to make some little cuts here so that it's easy to move. Right over here, not it does, but it's easier. Do not cut along the line of the thread, because then it's going to come apart. So now I'm going to do the side. This is the back. And this is the part where we do need practice. And I'm going to try to match this right here to the other side. This part with that part. So let me do it a little bit on this side. Okay, there's a little bit of gather there of cinching with the thread, so I'm going to pull the thread in a little while. And it's good practice to double stitch this area, because again, it's not that much stitching here, and if one unravels, it's all going to get unraveled because it's such a small little area. Okay, I'm looking at it here, and I'm going to take that stitch out, this stitch right here. One and two. So there. So now we have more of a defined area, and right there. Okay, I stitched a beginning and an end, and there we go. So now for cutting. My cats want to leave. They want to leave me. Okay. My cats always tell me when they're around. So I cut it a little bit more right there because it's bulky because of the folded fabric. And I'm looking to make sure that our little shoulder area is about even, and it looks pretty even right there. So now here is the moment of truth, and I'm going to start to turn this inside out, and I'm going to put the rod right along the fabric, because if I put it in the tool area, it is going to rip. So this, I don't have that much to go. I have about 1/2 inch, so about 3 tugs, and I should have most of it there. One key thing is not to get it to, there's 1 tug, and there's 2 and 3. So I'm gentle when I am pushing it, because don't want to bottleneck it. And right now I'm taking form. And now for the other one. So pretty much with my finger, I try to position it, get it into place. So yeah, Petite Blythe has a fully lined bodice. Okay, right now I'm positioning it. And this is where, when I am most gentle here. And I'm trying to separate the tool from the fabric. So I'm pushing it with my thumb over here in the back. That's what I'm doing. I'm massaging it away, and I am positioning it. So right now, this is where I'm doing the tugging. So that's 1. Don't want to put too much. Okay, this is about number 2. All right, and the 3rd one. So we have a lot of fabric in there. So I'm going to get it and help get it out. There we go. And this little shoulder area, we're talking about 1/8 of an inch space. It looks really cute. It takes time. Let me see. So there we go. See that? That is the little tiny shoulder area. So that's about the hardest part, the patience that we need. And now I'm going to align it here in the back. And I will sew it just to keep this nice and straight here. I could sew all of it. I didn't do it for the other one. Basically kind of like iron it with my fingers. But this one, I do it because there's a lot of movement in the back, and I'm definitely going to do it along the armholes. So I'm trying to get the corner more defined. All right. I guess that's as defined as I'm going to get. I really wanted to get a little bit more out. So after we're done, we're going to see, it always takes me at least an hour to do one dress for Petite Blythe. So if you see my pricing, it takes me an hour. 1 hour's work. Plus the fabric, electricity, and the skill. All right, there we go. So now I'm going to sew along the little armhole, because in the years to come of somebody having this and having the Petite Blythe try this on, there's going to be tugging along. So if the tool rips on the inside, at least I'm going to have the sewing along here. So that's what I'm doing right here. I am sewing the little fold. Oops. I am sewing the fold for the armpitties. Right there, really close along the edge. And I'm going to do the same for this one. And what I'm doing is I am pushing the tool so that I can get the form. So there's that form and this one. And again, with my hot little finger, I'm keeping it, I'm pressing it. And there we go. So now I'm going to sew the front and the back together. And for this, I'm going to sew really close right there. And I am going to be sewing back and forth a few times. That is going to secure it so that it doesn't fall apart. There we go, nice and clean. Now for the other one. So I did sew very close to the edge because we need this room for Blythe. So there we have it. Let's look at our little top. Look at this tiny little hole. That is how much we need. And there we have our little top. So what I do is, at this time, I go ahead and sew it in place. And this is to keep the, to help keep the tool. And it's really, really close to the edge. Okay, so let's see. We have 2.5. So I want at least 5 inches of ruffle and 1 inch. 1 inch of like one and a quarter, because we want it to be, you know, kind of short. Let's see, how much do we have here? This is just barely 1 inch of a skirt. So 5 inches. I'm gonna get my fabric. I'm gonna do a little copy. And you get to see here on my fabric, how much did I use? Let's see. Okay, so I did 5.5 because, you know, I cut it all the way here by 1.5, just almost 1.5. So let's continue that. Let me see. So 5.5. Let's do the 5.5 here. So I always hope that I'm cutting straight. Let's see, how much is this? Yeah, just a little bit over. Kind of guesstimating it. So let's see here. So yeah, it went 6 by yeah, there we go, 1.25. So let's prepare this. Here's our teeny tiny little blouse, and we need to keep it right here with the form. And what I did is I double folded this. My little dog is getting hungry, but we're almost done. This is really tiny sewing. This is 1/8 of an inch sewing right there. So for this, I'm just going to fold it in. And this one too. And later I'm going to add fray check. It's just that the double folding is going to give it some weight, and that's what's going to make it look very pretty. So I am going to start gathering it up, and I always give it about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch with no ruffle. And then I just start going to town, getting it super tight here. Sorry about that. So let's keep on going. Let's see, how much do I have? We have almost 3 inches. How much did I need here? I need 2.5, so we're good. That's my dog Lilu. She wants to go. So we're almost done. You saw me do the shorts. So I'm not going to be doing shorts. I'm going to sew this and show you how I keep it in place When I mean keep it in place is I sew on top of it to secure the connection. So it's a double sewing. Okay, so we have some excess. So I am going to position so that I know where we're at in the middle. Hold on, Lily. Lily, we're gonna go downstairs. She's been cooped up in here all day long. Well, except the morning when I took her with me to make some breakfast. So I am giving myself just a tiny bit over than the side, because that's going to help me to, you know, to shear it, to get it nice and clean finish under the hood. So we have a little bit of extra, so that's why I'm doing this here and why I put the pin right there in the middle. This little tiny area of 3 inches adds up really fast. So in the middle, we're going to have some extra little, I took that out to give us some breathing space. To give me breathing space right here. The ruffles have to be so precise so that it looks pretty in the inside. I mean on the outside. Okay. I don't want to flatten it, because that's what we do when we have the gathered already, and we just like kind of put it together. We flatten it if we're not careful. And I'm keeping the other pin in there, because that's helping me to know. So having a front in the middle and the back. So I am positioning the ruffles here. And there we go. So I'm going to show you what it looks like from the careful positioning of the ruffles, because we had some extra. So look how cute the ruffles are. They're all nice and prepped up. They all have their little form, and they were not like laid over another. So here is where the extra little room comes in handy, or the reason why, because I want to be able to, that's the middle part, because I was having trouble because it was extra thick. And the reason why is because I have to do this slowly and carefully. Look how cute it looks. So if I leave it like this, it's going to stay like that. But what I'm going to do is fold it along the skirt. So I'm folding this along the skirt, and I'm going to sew it. I'm going to sew it down. So this is going to help to keep the ruffle in place. And you can do it before and after in the video. And you're going to see by doing this, and the bottom is there. By doing this, it's going to conform the dress, and it's going to look really nice and uniform. So see what that did? Now it looks nice. You lay it down and it looks nice and uniformed. So next to do is add a little buttons here, or add some little ribbon, a little pearl. whatever decoration. And I'm going to end this here. I'm going to get me another Petite Blythe so that we can put this on her. Look how tiny that is. We are talking about maybe 1 inch of work. Okay, so 1.5 inch of work. We can put another little ribbon there, but I'm going to cut this short so that this girl can go bye-byes. And I'm looking for another Petite Blythe in my little collection here. There she is. We're getting a little doll, and these are little bloomers I made for her for another dress. And let's put this on her. See how easy it is to dress them? All I need to do is find a little hole. Did you see how hard that was? Oh my goodness. If that was only the hard thing about dressing them, is finding the hole for the little sleeve. So there we go. Fully lined little dress. And let's see what kind of a Lily. What kind of a little scene we have here. We have little strawberry shortcake here. And a little bit of green and more strawberry shortcake. So I want to thank you for being a part of this video. Sorry about my girl, my Lilu. Here's the other one, side by side. All right, we're going to end it. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, a comment, and a share. Their shares are helping my channel grow, and that's what I'm working on each moment of the day. Let's put these girls here so that we can have little Petite awake. Bye, everybody. Please, if you can, share this video. It's going to help more people find my content and help my channel grow. We'll see you in the next live and in the next video. Bye, everybody.